Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video. Out here at the range today with heavy metal, and today we're going to have a whole lot of fun. We're going to be taking our time. We're going to be doing some group testing of the 338 Weatherby RPM. That stands for Rebated Precision Magnum. If you're not familiar with the 338 RPM, what we have here today, this is a Mark V backcountry 2.0 18-inch barrel. The whole idea of the 338 Weatherby RPM, their little catchphrase they have on it is Magnum Performance in a lightweight package. So believe it or not, this Bulot Slinger comes in right at 5 pounds, depending on the barrel you get, give or take a few ounces, but absolutely a lightweight rig, backcountry rig if you want to call it that, all the while maintaining Magnum performance. These cartridges carry very impressive energy out to extended ranges, 500, 600 yards, still packing a whole lot of energy. But all that being said, Weatherby is now loading 4 different loadings in the 338 RPM, being 2 Barnes, which we have here today, 185 grain Barnes TTSX and a 225 grain Barnes TTSX. That's what we're grouping here today. They also, I'm going to go to my notes here to make sure I don't misspeak, they also are loading the 225 grain Hornady Interlock, and they're also loading the 225 grain Nosler AccuBond. All 4 of those loadings have a little bit different BC, so go read up on them, check them out, or watch some more of our videos on the cartridge. But today we are going to slow down and group test these 2 Weatherby loadings with the Barnes TTSX projectiles in the 225 and the 185. Put down in the comments down below which one you think it's going to like best. I think it's going to like both of them, but we're fixing to find out. Let me give you an up close look at this rig real quick. Like I said, this is a Mark V backcountry 2.0 chambered in the 338 Weatherby RPM. I'm going to be using my Banish 46 can. I've got a Primary Arms GLX on top with 24 zoomies, and like I said, these are the 2 loadings that we're testing today, the 185 grain Barnes TTSX and the 225 grain. You might recognize them from those blue tips there. But let's go back to the bench, slow down, and see what kind of groups we can squeeze out of this baby. Alright, now we're going to make some noise. Not too much noise, we do have the suppressor on there, but we'll start with 185 grainers. We're going to just take our time, focus on our squeeze here, and see what we can do with it. Here's 2 3-shot groups of the 185s. Well, those went in the same hole. Now that one I did jump to the right a little bit, but that's still that's still a 0.3, 0.4 inch group, guys. Man, it'll put them in the same hole. I'm pretty convinced of it, as long as I do my part. We're gonna go ahead and send 3 more of these 185s. Maybe I'll yap for a second, let that barrel cool, but super impressed out of this Mark V backcountry 2.0 in the 338 Weatherby RPM. The tape shows right there, we're stacking them in there. Let's go ahead and send these 3, and I will do my absolute best here. See if we can beat that group. With the warmer barrel there, we've only sent 4 or 5. It's bringing the group down just a tad. Can's still on there good. Go ahead and finish this group. So with that hot barrel, it's going up and down there. So that warm barrel group looks to be maybe a 0.8 or a 0.9 inch group, and the cold barrel group is probably about a 0.4, 0.5, and we'll measure all this with the calipers. Now we're going to let this thing cool, and I'll be back, and we're going to test the 225 grainers. Should be pretty cool. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing with the 225 grainers. 2 3-shot groups right in a row like we did with the 185s. Let's see what we can do. It's also worth mentioning, I haven't tried the 225s yet. This thing I sighted in with those 185s. So the point of impact may shift just a hair, but if it does, shouldn't be by too much. But here goes the 225 grainers. Was a good squeeze. That was a good squeeze. It looks like we put it in the same hole. So far, I think you'd be good with the 185s or the 225s based on that. Of course, that's going to depend on what you're hunting and how far you're going to be hunting it, what you might want to pick between these two. But let's see if we can finish this 3-shot group off real nice. And that was a good squeeze. But I did the exact same thing as with the 185s. My third one kicked out of that same whole group for whatever reason, but let's go ahead and load 3 more. Now, even after 3, it's not too hot to the touch, but it's definitely warm. Do like we did with the others. And send 3 more here. And see how this does. But definitely super impressed. First 2 out of both loads going in the same hole. But let's see how this 3-shot group goes here. Second try with the 225 Barnes. Point of impact is almost identical to the 185s. That one I squeezed a shade low. That one was a good squeeze. Alright guys, I could sit here and ramble on and on about this 338 Weatherby RPM, but I'm just going to leave it straight to the tape. I measured this stuff with the calipers. I'm going to show you how I did. So, the 185 grainers, remember these were all a TTSX. With the cold barrel, I had 2 in the same hole and then 1 right there. Measuring it with the calipers, that's now the best group I've ever got out of that rig. Super, super impressed. And guys, this is with me as a trigger man on that like 20-year-old rest. But 0.37 with the 185s. That's with the cold barrel. Then with the warm barrel right after it, with the 185s, I got a 0.76. A lot of people would be jealous of that with the cold barrel, but that's with the hot barrel, 0.76. So the average in this video was like a 0.5 something. Then we went to the 225s. Very similar start, 2 in the same hole. This is 3 shots, guys. 2 in the same hole, and then kicked the third one out for whatever reason. 0.62 inch group with the cold barrel. And then, even with the hot barrel, almost an identical group, 3 touching there with a 0.66 inch group. So the average there with the 225s is a 0.6. And since I have the data, I might as well show you. So I sighted this in, I told you, with the 185. I have quite a bit of additional data I might as well throw in this video. So this was a different day. Also, all those groups we did today with the suppressor. So with the muzzle brake, these are some more groups with the 185s. A 0.51. More data we have, the better. This is also with the muzzle brake. A 0.66 with those 185s. This is with the suppressor on there. A different day. And those 185s, I got a 0.42. This is the only bad group I've ever got. With those 185s, I got a 1.55, which, going off of all of this other data, how many sheets is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sheets of all those incredible groups. Several 0.3 and 0.4 inch groups. And then one of these. I gotta show you, obviously. I don't throw out anything squirrely, but this had to have been me. All those sheets. But real quick video, guys, showing you the 338 Weatherby RPM and group testing. Those Barnes TTSX, the 185 and the 225. Hey, so far I'm getting the best groups out of the 185s, but I also have a much larger data sample set of the 185s. We're going to keep working, but like I said, you guys saw it in the tape. Tape doesn't lie. There's the 225 groups, both 0.6 inch groups, but I did have the cold shots go in the same hole. So if I were to sit there and let the barrel cool every single bow light fling, I mean, in theory, that we could get them real close. Maybe they'd all be in the same hole. But whole point there being is, guys, that Weatherby, where's it at? Here it is. This Mark V Backcountry 2.0, super light, like I said, Magnum performance in a lightweight package. Hey, it likes those TTSXs. It loves them. It'll put them in the same hole, even with me as the trigger man. So if you're looking for something that's a backcountry rig, and real lightweight, you can carry for quite a while, chasing some elk or some deer way back in there, hey, absolutely recommend it. And those TTSX projectiles, they have a very good reputation with the folks I've talked to as well. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. I'm going to do my best to get some hunting footage with this thing here this season. Stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed. Stay tuned. We got videos coming out every day, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about this? Hey, the more we take this thing out and put the footage up, the harder it is to deny that this thing is just absolutely awesome. But hey, I love it. And like I said, the proof is in the tape there. It likes those TTSXs, incredible groups so far out of this thing. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next one. Hooty hoo!